Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown battle. I'm using my Mono Rock team again against a Mono Fire team, and in this case, unlike last time, Rock has the advantage over Fire. And looking at his team, he has Torkoal, Darmanitan, Rotom-H, Ninetales, Houndoom, and Arcanine, and I mean, it was safe to assume that Houndoom would be the Mega Evolution, and I really like that this guy chose Houndoom over Charizard, who is much more common in both OU and also OU Monotype. But I want to focus on that Darmanitan. Anybody who has a Rock type team on Showdown, which I haven't seen very many, I've seen one, I think. But anybody who has that knows that on any fire type team, Darmanitan is the bane of a rock type team's existence. Like, it is the scariest thing on a mono fire type team, and you will see exactly why in this battle. So let's get on with it. Okay, so my opponent leads off with Ninetales, and I chose to lead off with Aerodactyl to get some fast rocks up, but since Ninetales is out, I just decided that I wanted to take it out with a Stone Edge, because I could, and I didn't want Ninetales to pull off any Will-O-Wisps or anything like that. So my opponent now brings in Houndoom, which is his Mega form, and I miss a Stone Edge, which is always unfortunate. I always end up missing Stone Edge when I need it to hit. Well, not always, but a lot of times I do. And Houndoom is one of the bigger threats on his team, so it would have been nice if it had hit. He switches Houndoom out and goes into his Torkoal, and I just decided to go for an Earthquake this time because it has much better accuracy than Stone Edge. 100 versus 80%, so yeah, it just works out that way. I use Stealth Rock here because Stealth Rock versus a fire type team is obviously a really good choice of move to use. And Aerodactyl is a fast Stealth Rock setter, so that's one of the reasons why I picked it. Stone Edge misses again, and Torkoal is able to rapid spin the rocks away. I don't think that Stone Edge would knock Torkoal out anyway, because Torkoal is so bulky. But it goes for a yawn here, and I just leave Aerodactyl in to fall asleep because I want to do as much damage to this Torkoal as I possibly can, just because of how bulky and how many hits it can take. So Aerodactyl ends up going to sleep, and that is crappy for me because that is my fastest rock type on the team. And I bring in my Omastar, hoping that Torkoal would maybe stay in, but instead my opponent switches out Torkoal for Mega Houndoom, and I'm just questioning in my mind whether or not I can take a single hit from that Houndoom, and I luckily was able to survive a Dark Pulse, and I did not flinch, which was great because I was able to set up my Shell Smash and cross my fingers hoping that Houndoom did not have Sucker Punch, which he did not. So he went down to a Surf, and my opponent is now going to bring in Darmanitan, the one who I told you I was afraid of in the beginning. And his U-turn going first there pretty much told me that Darmanitan was Choice Scarfed, which they usually are, especially in this case, or in OU Monotype. You will see them Choice Scarfed a lot. He brings in his Arcanine after a U-turn, and Magcargo is my other Stealth Rock setter, so again, Magcargo is not going to be able to do very much, but it survives a close combat, which is a very powerful fighting type attack. And since Stealth Rock is up, thanks to Magcargo, it did its job, it did what it needed to do, because it couldn't hit that Arcanine very hard anyway, since Arcanine is floating up in the air with an air balloon. So I bring in Rampardos, since Rampardos is my second fastest Pokemon thanks to a Choice Scarf, and I was hoping that Rock Slide would hit, and it did. Arcanine did not survive that hit. Had Arcanine intimidated Rampardos, it probably would have survived and knocked Rampardos out easily, since Rampardos is so frail. Speaking of which, I decided to switch Rampardos out this time, knowing that Darmanitan is going to outspeed it. I bring in Aerodactyl to sack it, and Darmanitan goes for a superpower, so now I'm thinking, oh great. My last 3 Pokemon are completely weak to that superpower, so my job here now is to kind of stall it a little bit, or as much as I possibly can, so that superpower just gets just starts draining Darmanitan's attack and defense, so that my other Pokemon don't have to worry about it so much. And so Cradily is staying in, and I just stockpiled because I really didn't care. 2 superpowers knocked it out, and this is the perfect opportunity to bring in Tyranitar for not only Sandstorm residual damage, but also to catch Darmanitan in a pursuit, because I figured if Darmanitan was that weakened by superpower, it would switch out. And that was one of the times that pursuit actually worked in my favor. But my opponent sadly forfeited after that. He still had a chance to win, which was kind of interesting to see that he forfeited against my team. I don't know if his Rotom-H was a bulky one. He actually really did have a chance to win, especially with things like Stone Edge and Rock Slide missing so much, which they are very capable of doing at the worst possible times, which it has happened to me quite a bit. But yeah, I still enjoyed this match. This was just a case of, for once, you know, my team being naturally, I don't want to say better, but kind of having the advantage over my opponent. Since the last one was the other way around, I wanted to show this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this match, even though it was really, really short. If you did, please leave a comment and a like rating. If you would like to, please visit gamersbench.com, where we review and play through games that you may be interested in yourself. Also, check out my Twitter page. It is linked in the description below. And if you would like to check out a playthrough, I have a playlist select link that shows up towards the end of this video, and all of my other videos. So if you would like to check that out and find something you would like to watch, please do so, and I would really, really appreciate it. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all the next battle.